Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Donga. You are already listening to Boom Radio. Just leave the dial there. Settle down. Listen to it. Open your ear. Don't touch it now. Boom Radio. Live and direct. Frank Donga in the building.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Olajolupo and I bid you a warm welcome to the bar today. It is Monday, but it's also a Christmas week. Yep. It is 2 days to Christmas, and I hope that you're planning to have a very interesting Christmas. There's definitely a lot of things that we're going to be talking about today. If you're just joining us, if you're listening or watching us for the very first time, I bid you a warm welcome to the bar. Like I said, this is the bar where we talk about everything, politics, entertainment, news, sports, and everything else in between. Everything else in between can carry us anywhere in between. However, I would also say that, for the sake of people that are just joining us, you might see a few headlines and we're gisting about it and we veer also something else. Is the bar. Take it like that. So, anyway, on that note, bid you a warm welcome. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. We're going to be talking about a few things. First things first. There is a bit of holidays. So, there's going to be a few holidays in the next couple of days in Nigeria. Also, the troops are very active in the southeast. Also, Darlington seems to have been granted bail. I think after a month that is going to be talking about. There's going to be a bit of conversation around sports. A lot of things happened over the weekend that we're going to be talking about. And there are updates from a lot of happenings in Nigeria around palliative sharing and stampedes and all that we're also going to be talking about, and a few other things. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Like I said, my name is Olajolupo, and with me in the studio is Shola Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Boom Bar.
Okay, so we're going straight into it. Like I said, first things first. For people that have holidays, I'm sure a lot of people know, but if you do not know now, December 25, December 26, and December or January 1st, 2025 is public holiday. And I'm not even sure it will affect some people because some people have already closed for the year. But places like banks and all that, they also do not close like that. At least they get those public holidays off. And it was, I will still keep saying it. It was kind of strange when I saw that report. I'm like, and then I saw the Ministry of Interior. I'm like, oh, okay. It's the Ministry of Interior that does these things.
Yeah, and the reason why the Oluwa is being very sarcastic and...
I'm not even being sarcastic. I was actually just...
unkind with our last statement is solely because the immediate past Minister for the Interior is alleged to have only always announced holidays.
But that's all he ever did.
Really. Alleged.
It's not an allegation. That's what he did.
He did other things.
Like what?
He put one or two passport offices in one or two places that they did not exist.
And then what are those things?
He tried to build a new prison somewhere.
Tried to.
I think he did eventually
okay.
somehow. Oh. But coming across a breath of fresh air and the person of Olufemi Elias, the current minister, it's rare when you hear him announce holidays like that now because the other guy was all about holidays.
It was all about holidays.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly now. Is it not true?
Allegedly.
Were we not here for almost 8 years? It was just holiday that we here. I beg. Anyway, in Nigeria, there's public holiday for those 3 days for most people. Also, Nigeria's nominated Dr. Olufemi Elias as candidate for the World Cup.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be open in about 2 years' time or there. So 2026. But they start now to put it in place and everything.
Yeah.
Well, every country wants this kind of appointments and everything for prominence and all of that, and optics and all that. So, yeah, let's hope that he gets the seat.
Okay, now let's go into something very interesting. Would I say something, or maybe like an update issue? And for people that do not know, or if you people know by now, that a lot of things actually happened since last week, basically, where there were stampedes. I think it started from Oyo State, then there was in Abuja. I think about 10 or 11 people died in Abuja. And now even the death toll in Anambra has been up to about 22 people have died. And the common denominator with every one of them is that they were all given, they were giving out palliatives, basically. And in doing that, Nigerians decided to make the issues unruly, and it became a stampede. Now there's been a lot of updates from those incidents. You can't even say that it's there's brought a lot of conversation, a lot of fears. There's been the conversation of, is it that it's because there's hunger in the land, or there's the angle that, oh, Nigerians are badly behaved, or there's maybe like the system, there should have been systems in place that should have put these things properly. And I'm guessing this is what prompted something like a Lagos state has now mandated that charity organizations need to inform their own safety commission to avoid this stampedes.
Yeah, it's a naughty issue for me personally, saying that there's a whole lot of things to unpack around the stampedes and the charity or charitable organizations giving out support to many Nigerians at a time like this. It's become the norm, and I think it stems from our culture as Africans, and again, religious, teachings and leanings that we have been exposed to. And again, there's a culture of unruliness amongst a large chunk of us. We might not want to talk about this. Some people will say you're dirty linens, but the truth is the truth. What would lead to a stampede if what you are coming to get is free, and there is a system in place, and they're saying, oh, you know what, be patient, but at times we tend to want to have it now regardless. And I'm speaking from experience. There's a video that I would use the word viral for it. A flight that was supposed to take off a few days ago.
Yeah.
And there was a stampede of sorts. At least nobody died, but
it's not a bus, so you have already paid for the ticket.
Airline
so
ticket.
The airline knows, like, they are obligated to pick you up. It's not bus that is when you enter that if you get space, you enter. No. It's already been paid for.
And people were rushing to get on the plane. It was rowdy and it was disgraceful. And I know these things used to happen way back when. I don't know if anybody remembers the Nigerian Airways style. There's a word called overbooked. Once you hear overbooked at an airport back in the 80s, everybody's rushing to get on the plane. What they are insinuating is that the airline
does not have enough space for everybody.
For all the people that are trying to get on that particular
flight. So we say
flight.
that was probably the issue with this one.
I don't know.
I just feel that, like you said, I whether we like it or not, yes, is there hunger in the land? The honest truth is, in 1990 there was hunger in the land. Not like it's a good thing. I'm just saying. However, so we're going to dump everything. The part where mostly I'm even going to dump on the government is that we do not have systems in place that, okay, if you want to put this kind of events together, these are the things that you have to, or would I say that there's no enforcement of these things? Apparently, some of these things actually need to be reported to the local government. And you understand that there are, would I say, laws set up that you actually have to follow. However, do people follow them? No, this is on the part of the organizers. Now, someone decides they want to give you food. Yes, I get the angle where everybody wants to get it right now in case it finishes and it doesn't get to me. Mm-hmm. I get that mentality, which is very possible. We shouldn't water down that possibility. If you get to parties and they'll tell you food has finished, it happens. Do you understand? Or even people that are giving you stuff for charity, there's a certain number that they brought to a certain place. Mm-hmm. When that number finishes, they cannot. So I get the point where everybody's maybe trying to push and say, okay, I want to get my own first. Now, the onus now falls on the organizers to make sure that you would not because I think that we need to realize that people will be rowdy.
Yeah.
I think trying to say, it's not their fault. No. Maybe if we have that mentality, if you maybe as a charity organization has that mentality from the get, it will help us understand better. You know that if you give people an inch, they will take a mile, or it won't take a kilometer. So have it from at the back of your mind that this is a huge possibility. Now, what we should not be doing is how to forestall it. And this is where the security agents come in. Now, where I have an issue with a lot of security agents, and allegedly a lot of people have also said, I've seen a lot of things that people write. A charity organization wants to put out something or give people in a community something, and they go to like the police. It's a charity. And I'm wondering, which charity really does the police do? Because they're also sometimes asking people for money. I've seen a lot of people's experiences saying that the police now will now say, go and bring this, go and bring that, go and bring this, go and bring that.
Yeah.
It's a charity organization. So would we say that also probably discourages people to, because I would have thought that it's a charity thing. People like the police would jump on it and say, okay, this is our own contribution to this event. So those are also things that
those are the problems.
Do you understand? There's a lot of systemic issues from the bottom all the way to the top. So it's a very, very dicey situation. I will not blame a lot of people, because at the end of the day, the truth is that the people that want to give out things, a lot of people have its good intentions. Even some people will say, it's for the optics. At the end of the day, even if it's for the optics, people that get those things don't care. They get, you want to give people maybe 5 kg bag of rice. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. And you want to give 100 people. And you, deep down, you are doing it for the optics, maybe for the gram. The person that does not have 1 grain of rice in their house and now gets 5 kilograms of rice, don't care whether it's for the optics or not.
They don't.
The person has gotten it.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. So whether we like it or not, it's actually still a good intention.
You know, another issue that is affecting causing these things is that it's not even about if there's hunger in the land or not. It's cultural. It is religious. It is traditional to give. You know, and especially during the festive seasons. You know, during the NDLEA, which we after Ramadan, this occurs. Even during Ramadan, it's about giving. It's about giving. You know, Christmas is about giving also. And the problem is that people have to get organized into structures so that these things actually get to the people who need it the most. Mm-hmm. The problem is if you go to some organized places now and say, you're handing it to this community leader. You've heard of stories how these items get diverted and all of that. You know, as sad as it was, there was a video that emerged that some palliatives that were meant for the COVID relief ended up as souvenirs in someone's party.
Yeah.
You know, and the other time when the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia sent some dates and fruits,
it ended up in the market.
You know. So that's why at times people need to help people and give directly to them. But it's just problems all around now. Provide security, you must pay for it. Provide medical coverage, you must pay for it. You want to get an ambulance, it's going to cost you a couple of hundreds of thousands of naira. The ambulance is going to come with medical personnel. They're going to get paid. You understand? So at the end of the day, you start to wonder and say, okay, what
is it really worth it?
is this, and how are we going to pull this off? So for me, it's a dicey situation. It's a sad narrative that people have died in the last 1 week due to such incidents. Yesterday, driving through Lekki Expressway, I actually saw an organization that was doing the same thing, off the express, and it was well organized, it was structured, and all of that. If only my people will start to be patient with everything, even if you think it's your right, your birthright, would you not allow them to at least get to you?
Exactly.
As in, you're trampling on the weaker people. Even the strong people get trampled upon. One man was talking in one of these stampedes, was talking about how he got knocked down, got up, and he was struggling to pull up his partner and all of that. Who people are stepped upon, and it's just becoming a scary situation just because people want to bless people. And to me, it's not even about politics. It's not about, there's hunger. There is hunger everywhere. I follow a lot of people who do charitable things, especially in the US, and there are people on the streets that they have to feed.
They have to feed, yeah. Interestingly, the IG has now talked about how charity organizations need to ask the police and security agencies to for help, and that they ensure strict adherence to crowd and safety management protocols, which at this point you can't blame the man for those things. However, Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate has now said that the restrictions on this palliative distribution might discourage charity.
I agree with him to a large extent, because a lot of people, I know people who will just cook food and put it in their cars and drive to neighborhoods where they know that the food is required, set up some kind of mini food bank from their boots. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
How many policemen would that person require? You get?
Mm-hmm.
But they're saying you must do it to avoid the matters of safety. Now we're talking about life and death. For organizations that are bigger and better structured, maybe they can afford to go through all of those rigors. But for an individual, they probably just say, you know what, I'm not doing anymore. Let me just keep my food and keep my money. Because if they look at how hard it is, honestly, at times it's easy, but a lot of times to get government agencies to work with you is very hard.
It's hard. However, like I would say again, in the past 1 week, whether we like it or not, it is actually a scary situation.
Yeah.
It is a very scary one. It literally happened in 3 different states, because it started with, Oyo State is not organized enough. That is the Oyo State government. Then it went on to Abuja. Are we going to say that Abuja is not organized enough? Then it went on to Anambra, which is, do you understand, 3 different places, 3 different regions. Are we now going to say that? So I would say that I get Mr. Obi's point, but like I said, from the get, if you have it at the back of your mind that people are unruly, or you might say, don't let me say everybody, most Nigerians are unruly. Very, very unruly. If you get that, then you will know that, okay, maybe we won't be able to do these things by ourselves. There's a level of order that people see when maybe they see uniformed officials compared to just regular people. So that I would say that I do not begrudge Mr. Obi for saying what he said, but I think that I would go with the IG on this one. It is
it's not like it's going against the IG. It's just stating the obvious that this system might prevent people from doing it, and I'm sure 1 or 2 people will be discouraged.
Honestly, so be it.
I am very sure.
so be it. If people would not die, maybe at this point, maybe we should find better ways to give out things without having those large crowds. I don't know, but I don't know, Sha. It's not, if you can't do it properly, then please let's just move on from the matter, and that's it. Anyway, just wanted to also put the troops at also. Let's go to the southeast, where it's been announced that the troops had killed 13 IPOB members and arrested 3 kidnappers in the southeast.
The southeast is still, a very interesting region. It's a sad situation going on out there, and especially at the time when you see a lot of Nigerians who want to travel back home for the Yuletide season, the Christmas season. A lot of people do it globally anyway, so it's not just a Nigerian thing. But here you are now hearing talks of how, people are being neutralized because those people are combatants. They carry guns and they attack people and enforce this standing rule about Mondays being sit-at-homes. It's almost unfathomable. Like, you cannot wrap your head around this. Don't look like you are telling an entire region of Nigeria that Mondays they don't work. There should be no work.
Don't even let me see, because I've always said it. It doesn't make sense. I never thought it made sense. It still doesn't make sense to me. So
it's until they down their tools, like they drop their weapons and embrace dialogue, or this kind of cleanups would be stepped up. I have a feeling that the military is going to move in.
I really hope so. That this nonsense needs to stop.
Business
I think it's nonsense.
Is suffering in the south. A whole lot of things are going wrong there, man. A whole lot.
Okay, now let's quickly go on. The NDLEA is also in the news. It's a Sunday thing, where they had announced that a businessman and an ex-convict were arrested trafficking illicit drugs to South Africa and Italy.
The one where they pain me for this particular guy is that they are storing drugs in one of our most staple food items or crops. Gari. Now, for the average Nigerian, or for most Nigerians, gari is a delicacy of sorts. It's a staple food.
It's not a poor man's food.
Anymore.
Other than that, even traveling, there's some things that you just carry.
Yeah, now
things like gari, pepper, very important.
So it's so painful that people would now be scrutinized when they are carrying gari. And if you are going abroad, it's one of the things that Nigerians abroad are expecting you to bring.
Yeah.
If you don't bring anything, at least you bring gari. And now that some people have decided to bastardize, our national food, gari, all eyes will be on you now.
God punish you.
Whoever, yes, it's such a sad situation, and how these guys will stop at nothing to make a quick buck. It's always about enriching themselves and all of that.
Yeah.
Look at this one. There's an Olarinwaju guy that they said they had convicted for a similar crime.
Yes, now he has been convicted before. My question
earlier this year, then they arrested him. How can he be convicted and be walking around?
Where my point is an ex-convict. He was supposed to serve a 2-year sentence with an option of 900 naira fine, which he paid. He paid not 900,000 naira. He paid, and he did not serve that. He didn't serve that sentence. Shouldn't there also be sort of like a ban on traveling to some certain places, especially when you were caught with the same crime? Do you understand? I don't know. Maybe yeah. I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
shouldn't there be some level of ban that you won't be able to travel out, maybe for like next 10 years or something? Because
stuff like that.
If you
should be in place.
It means that he just paid 900,000 and then he just moved on.
Yeah.
And then he still went back to the same thing again. Make it make sense.
The guy is.
And why is there even an option of fine for drug trafficking?
It's not even supposed to be close to any airport.
Do you get my point?
You should be banned from accessing.
Like, what are we doing? What is our judicial system doing? Exactly. Like,
these are loopholes in the Nigerian judicial
first
system.
place. Why is there a fine? He should actually be in jail. Number two, why is his passport with him? That kind of person should have been blacklisted.
He was arrested December 12, 2023, convicted in 2024, then rearrested in December of 2024 again, all within the space of 1 year. 2 arrests for 2 different crimes, which is drugs.
This one is a hardened criminal now. Hardened one. Anyway, also at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, an Olisaka Chibuzo Kalistus was also arrested with 256 wraps of cocaine.
Akika.
So the arrest, he was supposed to be in what clearance of passengers on. Oh, okay. So apparently, he was a connecting flight in Nigeria. Now, would I say I'm this is just my own conjecture that my own conjecture that the going to maybe like Kano Airport probably thought that he was not going to be, there weren't going to be so many eyes, or it would probably be easier to move than maybe Lagos that has more traffic, so they're more or they're stricter with some of these things.
There was a time which is alleged that most of these drug dealers actually have people on the inside that work with them and give them the right kind of information, where to depart from, where to board from, and all of that. And it is said that at times it's those that don't have connections that get caught. These are allegations, It's also said that at times that maybe is when things go wrong that they also get caught. I don't know about that, but it ties into your fictitious imaginations and characterizations of a possible loophole in any airport, which is a very possible thing. If you understand the reason why I was doing that rambling, is to make sure that one does not Kuba himself, while doing this analysis. But the truth is, the more these guys do this, the more they damage you and me, even beyond the effects of the drugs on people's bodies and minds. It's also the image and the perception of every innocent Nigerian as if you are culpable in some crime or the other because of these few MFs. Okay,
so going to Cross River, the police have said that they've arrested a 35-year-old man, Victor Ayop, for his alleged trafficking of Nigerian girls to Libya. So a particular person had said that a Mr. Chidi Samo, who would say that he's a whistleblower, had come to arrest. Had come to report the case, saying that there's some allegations of human trafficking, saying that Mr. Samuel has said the suspects and his wife had allegedly recruited a 25-year-old Deborah Young. It said they also recruited 2 others, a 25-year-old and a 16-year-old, for human trafficking to Libya after they were tested for HIV and other STDs. It said that, so according to the story, after the test, the suspect took them to his house and the next day gave them a substance they were to mix in their bath for cleansing before embarking on the journey. It said the suspect and his wife drove the girls to Bogo Biri Street in Calabar, where he booked tickets and transported them to Kaduna with arrangements with one Hajia to receive the girls in Kaduna. The commissioner said while in Kaduna, a taxi driver was sent to pick up the girls and further transported them to Katsina. However, along the road to Katsina, the vehicle developed a fault. It was at this point the victims realized they were being trafficked and started contacting people for help. And the complainant, Samuel, sent money to them through a POS along the road. He said that they used the money to board a taxi to Kaduna and found their way back to Calabar.
Wow.
So it was after
all 3 women.
Yes, all 3 women. when he was arrested, he was saying that he was only assisting people to travel out of the country, that he's not a travel agent, but his sister is in Libya, and he threw out the girls are being taken to Libya. That the girls are aware of the plan from reception, and they were taken to Calabar, where the Hajia would direct them on how to get to Libya.
Calabar or Kaduna?
Sorry, Kaduna. Well, but Libya. Is Libya not the one that they...
There's war in Libya.
No, I want to just be sure. Libya is the one where the Super Eagles went now.
Yeah. Super
Eagles as popular people that they lock them up.
Yeah, Libya is the one that has two governments.
Libya is the one that... Is it Ghana or...
Benin
Republic went that they got beaten up.
Yeah.
That same Libya. Is the one that people... Anyway, we have a comment. Olabala says, what's the name of the trafficker again? He's laughing. Well, I know what you want to say. I'm not going to...
Apparently, the names actually are there, and they cut across different parts of Nigeria. The guy that was doing all the stupidity that was arrested twice within the space of 1 year is Olanrewaju, right?
Yeah.
That's his name. Olanrewaju Bada Akorede. He was trying to export a consignment of rohyphenol to South Africa, and the businessman that was caught with cocaine at Kano, his name is Olisaka Chibuzo Callistos. He had 256 wraps of cocaine with him, and there's another one that Dolupo had also mentioned, the Cynthia Akayan.
I didn't mention that.
Okay. Cynthia Akayan was arrested on Wednesday, December 18th. Tried to board Royal Air Maroc. She was found with 9,190.
Oh, okay. Well, we're still back to that. We're back to the trafficking issue.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still on it. I was just trying to run through the names as requested by Olabola. You know, another guy, Mudu Cholera. How can someone's name be Cholera? Was arrested with 8.5 kg of cannabis, tramadol, diazepam, and psychoactive substances. Another guy, 2000, Ishaya Waba and Sumaila Audu. They had 293,000 capsules of tramadol, a pistol, and 26 rounds of ammunition. This one was their main business. They had a pistol with them. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, so the gist of the trafficker.
Yeah.
What we're...
Yeah, it is. I just wanted to respond to the request by Olabola, and thanks for joining us. Okay, so you know the trafficking thing. You say that the girls knew. If the girls knew, why didn't they follow through with it? You know, why was it that when they were about to cross the border is when they started raising alarm and everything? The man's story does not add up in any way. It doesn't add up in any way whatsoever. And what kind of cleansing were they supposed to do? What
Why are you cleansing? What are you
are
cleansing
they,
to travel?
You know, I don't know, man. It's sad. And it's funny how people will do anything for money. We're talking about people selling drugs, regardless of who, you know, is on the receiving end. Now, this is someone taking people's children into slavery. And, you know, all because you want to make money. There was a very sad incident of a Nigerian lady that was tricked to go to somewhere in Southeast Asia, and she was supposed to go there as an English teacher.
Yeah.
Then she gets there, and she's not teaching anything.
Oh.
She's not. There's nothing like teaching in her career.
You see, one thing that I think I pick off this story that you don't hear a lot. Mm-hmm. Maybe because two of these three people are not children, yeah, because they actually seem to prey on a lot of really young children, like teenagers and all that. There's a 16-year-old and the two 25-year-olds. Maybe I will say that I will credit their common sense to being 25.
Mm-hmm.
See, I tell something. Somebody deceived you from the get, yeah? But when you realize, you should be able to also realize quickly that, I don't F up. You know? Mm. And I think that it is that singular action that saved these girls' lives. And they're like, you know what? This is not, it's beginning to look left.
And again, the guy that decided to help them, the whistleblower, the guy that sent money to them to get back to Kaduna and all of that, it must be commended. It must be commended because that could have been the end of this.
That could have been the end of these girls. Yeah, like that's why at times you are in a situation, you need to assess the situation. Like, okay, what's the way out? Do you understand? So really, kudos to those girls. Kudos really to the whistleblower that decided, that felt that, because whether you like it or not, and it's something that we say here: a criminal is a criminal, wherever ethnic group is from. Some people are just moving mad, but thankfully somebody else, even from his ethnic group, decided to, you know what, this thing is not making any sense and it needs to be stopped. So he and his wife.
And again, let us not be quick to say, oh, because there's hunger in the land and blah blah blah. There's so many other things that you can do.
I don't think that no matter how bad Nigeria is today, is worse than Libya. I just wanted to put it out there. I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad. Let's be calming down for ourselves. Anyway, moving on from that quickly. Darlington, it said that Darlington has now been granted bail.
Yeah.
After 1 month.
Who is Darlington? People might be asking.
He's supposed to be a Nigerian.
I find it hard to describe the guy.
Do you get my point? Like, does he make music?
Well,
does he?
He's supposed to be a musician. I think he does a lot of social media videos, and he tries to make music.
Isha Jabosha.
But, you know, during the Puff Daddy revelations and Diddy's arrest, Nigerians started casting aspersions on some Nigerian artists, and it is believed that one of these artists was the one that had gone ahead to instigate that this guy be arrested. And guess what? They arrested him. There was a lot of hue and cry. They let him go on bail, and he went back to do the same thing. Not only did he go back he now even went to America, and he was making threats and
so
doing
if you have coconut head,
you know, and he's back in Nigeria, and he gets picked up immediately. Now, like I said, I don't think it's fair that people get arrested for such things. I think that they should find their way to court, and of course, the law is the law. The law does not care about what I think is fair.
Okay, so I have a different angle to that. In Speed Darlington's case, he was in what's it called, and I think it was the first time he got arrested. He was charged to court and he was granted bail. Mm-hmm. You are on bail. The minute you now do the exact same thing that you were arrested for, there's no matter, you are getting arrested again.
The man dropped a song now. He made a song about
you are getting arrested again,
dissing someone and all of that.
So what are we talking about? I know that they'll say that it's not a civil case anymore, because if you have been granted bail the first time and you do the same thing again, it's no longer, you're a criminal. You think you have coconut head, that coconut head will be broken by force.
That makes him a repeat offender.
Exactly.
Like the Olarewaju drug dealer guy that got arrested twice.
Your case has not even been sorted out yet. But you think you have coconut head, go ahead. You will know. I'm sure he would have learned his lesson now, but even if he doesn't learn his lesson.
Let's see. The guy talks a lot, so I don't know if he will learn any lessons.
Anyway, before we leave all this matter, the Inspector General of Police has now said that he did not instruct Nigerians to attack officers during the stop and search operation. So apparently, there's a fake story going on saying the IG had instructed citizens to physically assault and throw stones at police officers who request to search for their phones.
No, that's definitely not true. There's no way he would have said that.
So
there's a video.
The fact that there is supposed to be a story going around and people are sharing it at times shocks me to my bone marrow. Wow. Let me look for a nice way to say it. How people can display their ignorance. Nicely said.
So there's a video of a young man who, TikTok is a different world entirely. TikTok is unhinged to a large extent, and maybe because it's almost easy for anybody to become popular on TikTok. You just have to keep doing crazy things. So there's a video of a young Nigerian man who had allegedly, because of the statement credited to the IG that they will start arresting people who abuse politicians and blah blah. The guy actually started abusing the president, abused the governor, abused the IG himself, and he was like, they can't do anything to him. He has powers and blah 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 blah. And it was in that video was where the guy was saying those things like attack the police, and he was encouraging violence and everything. And that's the closest I've seen to anybody saying, "No, they should attack the police at checkpoints and all that," which is completely wrong. It is the dumbest thing that anybody can do.
He got picked up. He got picked up.
The way it was picked up, I was like, oh, I thought the guy was going to be invincible or something, and it would be hard for them to track him.
I think that some people need to realize something. So you're insulting the governor, you're insulting the president. As much as he's wrong, those people are politicians. They're looking for votes. I don't think the IG is looking for your vote. Do you get? The IG is not looking for your vote. You are not the one that appointed him, and you are not the one that will sack him.
So again, there's a level of words that you can actually use, and nobody's going to arrest you. Do you understand? You can critique them. You can even call them out and maybe use some harsh words. But some of the things that the guy said were way overboard. When you start to instigate violence, when you start to talk about how people should attack people and kill people,
go to jail.
That has gone beyond you causing people. And one funny thing that I always remember is the video of the president saying something like, it doesn't go to social media anymore. This was during the campaigns that they abused him and they cursed him, and that he doesn't want Wala, and just left the place and all of that. So the thing is that the president also said that, look, he's the one that applied for the job, so you can abuse him. He doesn't mind. Exactly. You get. But again, because they say you should abuse them doesn't mean
he's now the president. Then he was looking for
even as president, he has repeated it.
Yeah, but still, the powers that accrue to him that you're not going to do that.
I don't think that abusing a politician should be a crime. It is when you start to use certain words, when you start to instigate violence. Look, people who abuse people, it's a standard. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. But I'm not encouraging you to break the law. I'm just saying that any politician, and I like the president's approach, is like, you know what, I applied for the job, so it comes with the terrain. Look, everybody, we've seen it, government after government after government. People that naturally are not even tall will still blame the president for their height deficiency. People that their wives have refused to cook food for them, they will blame the president. It happened under Obasanjo, happened under Yar'Adua, happened under Jonathan,
absence.
Happened under Buhari. It's happening under
Tinubu. In jail.
But abusing, but I don't like the fact that IG said they should not. They can abuse. I'm just saying, just don't curse and don't break any law in the process of abusing.
You will go to jail.
Don't break any laws. That's all. Do it within the confines of the law.
Anyway, federal government has lifted the ban on mining in Zamfara after 5 years. We know that the federal government had realized that one of the major issues that was causing insecurity in a place like Zamfara was really the mining, basically gold mining. And now they've officially lifted the ban. My hope is just that before lifting the ban, I hope a lot of things had been put in place.
Well, maybe it's a combination of the fact that now they have their own mining rangers to provide security. I hope they are adequate. And again, the Minister for Solid Minerals and all of that has been doing a lot of meetings within and outside Nigeria. Maybe they're about to really step up the investments in mining in Nigeria, because we're too oil dependent. And if we can step up our production of other export-worthy items, maybe it will really help us. Looking at the budget of 49.7 trillion naira that Nigeria has, and I already has a deficit of about 13 or 14 trillion. Mm-hmm. Maybe this would help us earn enough to offset that
bill.
So, okay. But I'm still worried that it could still lead to another breakdown in
We'll
Zamfara.
See. Definitely, we'll see. Now let's move on and let's talk a bit about sports. It's official. Ghana beat Nigeria in the WAFU under-17 finals. It's kind of hurtful though, because those girls are like fire.
Yeah, fantastic team.
However, the game ended 0-0. It's not like as if it was beaten. It was penalties. And when it gets penalties,
yeah, someone hit the bar or something.
Yeah, it really could be anybody's game. But kudos to those girls. They're doing fantastic. They're doing fantastic. They're the kind of team that they're going to play. You can actually sleep.
Yeah.
They're doing
They're
really
that
well.
good.
They're doing really well. Okay, so over the weekend we saw a couple of games on Saturday and the MPFL. We saw Kano Pillars beat Niger Tornadoes, Sunshine Stars beat El Kanemi Warriors, and Bendel Insurance defeated Lobi Stars.
Yeah, the Kano Pillars game was particularly interesting because every time Ahmed Musa scores, it's a big deal. Like the man still has it in him, he's still going, at that level. And it was at that same weekend that the Nigerian Chan team, that's the home-based Eagles, were also playing Ghana for a Chan ticket, and it was a draw. So the second leg comes up in a few days' time in Uyo. The same weekend, Nigeria at the rugby repechage lost to Ghana again in rugby.
It's a lot. Anyway, moving on to La Liga, one of the games that was actually really anticipated was Atletico Madrid going to Barcelona to play, and they got the goals. They got 2-1.
There's something about Atletico these days. There's this new verve around that team. It reminds me of the time they made it all the way to the Champions League finals
that they lost,
and all of that. And they had a good run in the La Liga.
They did.
That particular
so maybe it's finally at some point. Atletico Madrid is officially going to break the jinx of Real Madrid and Barcelona winning the La Liga. So we'll see where that is going. Also, we saw a lot of fireworks over the weekend in the Premier League as well. The Manchester City drama, or the Manchester City...
is the promo.
The promo continued.
As Aston Villa play one, get 3 points.
They beat Manchester City again, making it 12 games without a win.
If it wasn't Pep Guardiola, the coach would be gone by now.
Yeah, he would have been gone by now. But it's Pep.
He won 4 league titles.
It had never happened. Back-to-back. It had never happened. So I'm guessing that's hard to
chase that kind of play. It's very hard.
It's very, very hard. Olabala says 2 goals for Osimhen, 1 goal for Ademola Lookman. Yeah, we saw those fantastic weekend for Nigerian boys. Also keeping up with that in Nottingham Forest as well. We saw Olaino also do his thing where they beat Brentford at home 2-0. Fantastic game. Newcastle seems to be doing their thing also. They beat Ipswich Town 4-0. Brighton and West Ham had 1-1. And Crystal Palace and Arsenal again, they met second time in the same week. And we saw Gabriel Jesus continue with his,
it's Christmas time and it's Jesus' birthday. So Jesus is scoring goals.
He's scoring goals.
Is Santa is delivering is delivering on promises.
He's delivering on promises at least this Christmas, yeah? Olabala says, I'm starting to believe that Oluwa Pep will be fired before the end of the season.
He should go.
I don't think he should wait to be fired. I think he needs to resign. It's not good for his...
The biggest problem that they would have is to getting
someone
mid-season. But they have 1 or 2 names out there that they might be able to bring in.
Maybe a Zidane.
Yeah.
And that one. Also, yesterday, we saw Chelsea drop points for the first time in a while. Shocking. And it had to be Everton. Everton held them on 0-0.
Guess who's playing Everton next? City.
You people are mean. Anyway, Fulham and Southampton also ended that with 0-0. Wolves that have really been struggling. Also, Mr. Van Nistelrooy was battered also by Wolves.
Welcome to the Premiership.
Welcome to the
Premiership.
They definitely have a way to welcome you. Two very interesting games that also happened was Manchester United and Bournemouth. I don't think people saw that coming.
Nobody
Bournemouth defeating United at home 3-0. Okay.
3. Not 1, not 2.
Not 2. And you couldn't even return 1. Olabala says no amount of money should lure Osimhen to Manchester United. If it's not Arsenal or Chelsea, let the man go to PSG. That's it.
Yeah, he needs any of those big clubs, man. And at the moment, Man United is not a big club. That's the truth.
Wow.
You won't like it, but they're not. They're not.
Nah,
they're not.
The final game of that day in the Premier League ended with 9 goals. Yeah. Tottenham and Liverpool. And everybody's saying, Liverpool had scored 3 goals. And I think that with the form that Liverpool has now, I would say that for Tottenham to get 3 goals past them is a big deal.
Yeah, nobody is looking at it from that angle. Everybody is looking at the scoreline and all of that. The highest point for me is Mo Salah, actually. I really don't care about Tottenham that much. I don't hate them, though, but like, good luck to them. And they have a coach that I think talks too much. The man needs to learn how to talk, I don't want to say what Hazard said to someone before the tables will turn on me. But the thing is, Mo Salah is in imperial form at the moment.
Yeah, he is.
He's now
even at his age.
Broken Wayne Rooney's record of scoring the most goals before Christmas and all of that, with the most assists also. And it's shocking how Liverpool are holding off giving him a contract. I don't know what they're thinking.
Don't know what they're doing. Also, on Sunday, we saw Ikorodu City suffer a defeat from Abia Warriors. Shooting Stars played Enugu Rangers at home and they beat them 1-0. Also, Nasarawa United and Rivers United was 1-1. Remo Stars beat Bayelsa United 2-0. And Kwara United beat Katsina 1-0 as well.
Interesting results from the MPFL.
Very, very interesting on that one. I think that the last game of the MPFL, the match day, is today. Aqua United is beating is playing Hadland.
And you already seen that. You have seen the game. Please share this your crystal ball with us.
Oh my God!
So you have seen that game already.
They are playing Hadland Ori today, just right after we're done with the show today at 4 p.m. Just what else? But there also at the weekend there was Usyk, what's his name? Fury. And Usyk has made it known now that he's nobody's mate.
Oh, the guy is an amazing pugilist. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, keeps saying that he won the first bout and he won the second one.
Oh God,
I went back to watch highlights of the first bout again today. I saw a 6-minute clip, and I'm looking at him like, "Oh God, what's up with you, man?
You didn't win.
What's up
move
with
on.
you?"
Suck it up and move on.
Usyk is indeed one of the best heavyweights out there at the moment. You cannot take that away from him. What an amazing fight he had with Tyson Fury.
Yeah, he did. Also, there's an Australian tennis star. I think is a double Grand Slam winner, 2-time Grand Slam winner. So Max Purcell has now been officially, provisionally banned for doping. And I think that this doping thing
is becoming rampant in tennis. Some tennis players are speaking up about it again.
But is it that am I also going to say that is it not a little too strict at times? Some of their these things, like, so I personally think that some of these things are not intentional. They're just in regular stuff that people eat.
Yes, so that's why you must eat or drink carefully. It is the same excuse that someone who wants to dope would hide behind. That, he just used his wife's supplement.
Okay.
Like someone said when he was playing for Man City that year. It's the same excuse that someone who wants to dope would use. So that's why they have to be that strict, because some of those things have been found to boost performance.
Okay. Okay, I think I get that point. I'm just saying that at times it just really seems very, very steep. Now, before we go, there's a very interesting story coming from Albania where the Prime Minister has announced that starting from January, there's going to be a 1-year ban on TikTok.
Okay, why January? Why 1 year? Why not immediate? And why ban?
Apparently, there was the talk where there was some videos on TikTok that had pushed a boy to stab a 14-year-old.
Oh my God. So they're going to ban TikTok now because of that particular video. Yeah. That's crazy though. Like I said a few moments ago, TikTok is so unhinged. It's just like, it's like Twitter on steroids, with a sprinkling of Instagram on it. Yeah,
they're saying that another actually also got injured. They're saying that this conversation started on social media and then
It's crazy though. So for one,
I personally, I actually don't think that children, or would I say, if you're not 18, you should be on social media.
Yeah.
My
there should be some age limit to those things.
But so maybe if that now they're going to ban it completely from everybody. Maybe, I don't know, Sha. I'm not a TikTok person, so I don't know. I don't even know how it looks like. And every day when I see some things that have been imported into Twitter or even Instagram, I'm like, you know what? Thank God I'm not on this thing. Peterman says, funny how social media has made everybody antisocial. They don't even know how to toast women again. And I agree with you being antisocial, because you go to parties, you hang out, all in the name of we're all going to hang out.
But you're hanging out on your phone.
We're all on our phones.
Yeah, it's such a sad thing. That toasting woman part, can we get you to maybe write a manual on how we can help people toast women? Because you seem to be an expert at it. The way I'm looking at Peter, man.
The good side with it is that it actually connects you with a lot of people that you're not around the same place with. But the truth is that when there was not social media and you didn't have to connect with those people, life was going on, really.
But now everybody's on social media.
Everybody's on social media.
And, even the people who want to quickly do a quick social media, you want to do.
Please, I also want to say, people need to be careful.
Okay.
I know that it's Dirty December, and especially from like Lagos, it seems to be a very interesting thing. Everybody's going out and all that. However, I saw a video today. I don't know if I sent it to you, of something I can't even understand what is happening, and it was supposed to be in a club. I'm like, are we still in a club, or this thing is becoming?
Okay, so what is it?
So I don't know if it's like a masquerade or like it just looked off. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being paranoid on all that, but I'm like, at the end of the day, as much as yes, we all want to hang out, we all want to go out, we want to do a lot of things, please, we need to be careful.
You all stay safe out there,
we
man.
need to definitely need to be
Dirty
safe.
December.
Let's not make it too dirty. Let's just be safe at the end of the day. Anyway, and on that note, that is all we'll be able to take today on the bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas.
For watching. Merry Christmas. We're still back tomorrow now.
Merry Christmas.
No, we're not going to be here tomorrow. We're supposed to be on the outreach that we talked about, but we should be hopefully. But we should be here on Wednesday, on Christmas morning or Christmas afternoon. We should actually be here to spend Christmas with you guys. Peterman says, swimming parties with nobody in the pool.
Yeah, I've seen videos like that. Pool party, but
everybody's just around there like, what are you doing? Although, if you ask me to come to a pool party, I probably will not get into the pool. Not because of swimming, but
you don't know what you're missing.
There are too many people in the pool at the same time, and there's so many fluids.
You don't know what you're
There's
missing.
so many fluids that are running around.
You don't know what you're missing.
I'm not sure I'm interested. Also, Olabala says STD December.
It's Dirty December now.
Yeah.
I give up. On that note,
let's be going. All right, have a beautiful weekend. I'm sorry, no weekend. That's still on Monday. See ya in a bit.